Hey everyone, exciting news. We've officially launched the Paranoid Perspective Patreon. If you love what we do, unpacking conspiracies, chasing mysteries, and laughing through the weirdness, now you can support the show and get more of it.
So, for as little as $5 a month, you will get exclusive access and extra perks to the episode. Sarah, what do we get with Tier 1?
So, Tier 1 is the Curious Minds, and you get a shout out at the end of every episode.
Next tier, this is what you guys really probably want. Ad-free episodes. We don't need those pesky ads that you guys are getting on Spotify, Apple, whatever else. You will get all episodes ad-free along with what else, Sarah?
You'll also get it ahead of time. So before the episode releases for that week, it'll be available for you to watch or listen.
So if you guys are interested, check in the show notes down below, or you can head to patreon.com/the Paranoid Perspective Podcast. Welcome back to the Paranoid Perspective. I am Jake.
And I'm Sarah.
Sarah, it is that time of year. It is spooky season. We are officially in October, and for me especially, it's finally getting fucking cooler down here, which I am all for. But
yeah,
I'm over it. I've had it, so to speak, as far as the heat goes. But that being said, we're in the month of October, so we got 4 super spooky, scary, paranormal, haunting, mysterious, whatever word you want to use to describe your, favorite spooky time. We got 4 episodes for you this month. And Sarah, you're taking over the first episode. So what are we talking about this week?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the Genesee Theatre and maybe another one depending on time, but I'm not going to say it till we get to it.
Surprise.
But
Possible
they're
surprise.
going to be hauntings. Ooh. Yeah, favorite time of year, so I'm going to get into it.
Yeah, let's get it.
So, have you heard of the Genesee Theatre? I guess it's like widely known that it's haunted.
I have not. Now, my dumbass thought you were saying Genesis Theater.
Genesee.
Yeah, I know. Now I know. It's like Tennessee, but, with the G.
But Genesee. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's theater, like R-E.
Theater.
Yeah.
Me and the lady are going to the theater later tonight.
Yeah. So it's in Waukegan, Illinois.
Where the fuck is
if
that?
no one knows. Yeah, it's like 30 minutes south of the Wisconsin border, probably.
Oh, that
Maybe
explains
20
the name.
minutes south. Yeah.
How do they say it odd too, I'm sure.
Waukegan?
Yeah.
That's how they say it. I don't know. Waukegan.
That's how they say it?
Odd?
There's no like
That's how I've heard it.
That's no like Wisconsin accent.
Well, I don't know. Well, it's in Illinois still, so.
Well, true. Close enough though.
I don't know. I didn't grow up here, obviously, but I've heard Waukegan. That's what everyone says.
We'll go with that.
But yeah. So the theater was envisioned in 1926 by 3 guys. They wanted this opulent theater for some reason there. If you saw Waukegan now, it doesn't make any sense, but I guess back then it made sense.
Now it looks like trash.
It's not a good area. You don't want to be living there.
No. Good.
Or that's what everyone told me when I moved up here too. Like, stay away from Waukegan. But the theater's pretty. So these 3 guys purchased the land. A.L. Brummond, C. Burnett, and D.T. Webb.
Real quick, I'm sorry. I need a tangent for just a second. Why the fuck do people back in the day abbreviate their first and middle name? It annoys the ever-living shit out of me.
Just to be anonymous, maybe?
I'm gonna go by, I might bleep this out, but yeah, from now on I'm gonna go by J.N. Young. That's gonna, like, what the fuck? What? Nobody would say that.
Right, yeah. I don't know. I don't get it, but that's what it is. Maybe it's from the document of them signing the land or something. It just had, but you'd still have, usually you'd have your whole legal name.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have laws back then.
1920 was a lawless time in Waukegan, Illinois. It's like the Wild West.
I'm just saying, like I don't know, business integrity and stuff.
Sure.
of like document signing. Like that's probably wasn't all like as legal as it was now or something. I don't know. But so they wanted to create a community center that focused on high quality entertainment and also
Mm.
commercial and living spaces.
Hence the theater name.
Yeah, the theater. So they bought it for $130,000, the land,
Okay.
just the land
So
from
back
the
then,
YMCA. I
that's
didn't calculate it.
well, it's
That's a
gotta
lot.
be. Yeah, a shit followed by a
Yeah,
ton for the theater.
I will. I want to see actually.
Oh, okay.
$26 to today dollars.
Opposed to tomorrow dollars or yesterday dollars.
Oh, this says it would have been $2.3 million.
Holy shit. Well,
Yeah, that's insane. Just for the land. Just for the land. So they purchased it from the YMCA and it took a year and a half to develop the theater. And they
the
spent $1
theater.
million. Yeah, the theater.
I'm gonna fact check you on this every time.
And they spent $1 million. How much is
Okay,
that?
so we're looking at
18.
Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, so these guys were rolling in it then.
Yes, yeah.
So the
I mean, that's
land
why it
was
took.
the land was just like fucking piddly cash to them at that point. You know what I mean? If they're gonna spend a
Yeah,
million dollars to build this building back then, Jesus Christ.
right. So yeah, a year and a half later, it opened to the public. So their plan was kind of have the theater in the middle of the building, and then they wanted stores on the main floor, and then they had kitchenette apartments and office suites on the four upper floors, like to the south and west sides of the theater.
Oh, okay, the theater.
The theater. Yeah, so it was meant to be opulent, which is why it was so pricey.
Well,
They
you know.
Yeah, crazy. The main entrance was located on Genesee Street, which is where the name came from,
Okay.
and it opened into a huge lobby with a large chandelier, like massive chandelier. And then the outside was built from terracotta and pressed brick, and they had an ornate design for the outside. And then the interior was designed in a Spanish Renaissance style using like
Okay.
a light yellow
Yeah,
limestone.
yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which limestone does hold on to energies, it is speculated, I guess.
Yeah, if you're into the woo.
Right, which I am.
No?
But yeah, we balance each other out pretty well.
I'm not judging you, I'm just saying other people might.
No, it's fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's why it's so haunted, though, this limestone.
You
That's
already
my.
get well, okay, podcast over. We're done. It's haunted because of the limestone.
But no, we're gonna hear the
I'm just kidding.
stories.
I'm just kidding.
And then it had an antique plaster decor as well, all the walls. And then the large center dome in the auditorium was hammered silver.
Shit.
Yeah, like
Well,
that. Why did it need to be?
that's why it costs so much. You had fucking individuals, pounding out stuff by hand. Okay. So this
Right.
makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and then more than 1,200 yards of tapestry fabric for the theater, the stage.
I feel like these guys were just like trying
It's
too hard
insane. Yeah,
to make it like the quote unquote opulent, luxurious, whatever.
right. Yeah, and then they also had several tons of marble from the Carrara quarries in Italy, like
Oh,
straight from
because
Italy.
well, hell, that was probably $500,000 of the million that they spent just getting that
Right,
shit over
yeah,
from fucking Italy.
right. And then yeah, they had like great lighting and whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
do you want to see a picture?
Yeah, let's see
Sorry
it.
for listeners. I always gotta share pictures.
No, they know where to find us on YouTube. It's fine.
This
Holy
is
shit,
the
that is
main, yeah,
that is quite quote unquote opulent. That is very impressive.
yeah. I mean, that's what it looks like now. So they tried to, when they redesigned it or whatever, they tried to keep it original, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I'm not. I'm sure it's not. It wasn't exactly like that in the 20s, but
right.
pretty damn close. I'm
Insane.
sure. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is really beautiful.
yeah. And they also had like the newest technology for the stage at that time, of course,
Which
whatever
is,
the technology was.
well, that's what I'm trying to like. I'm not trying to
I don't
poke any
know.
fun, but what was the? I mean, I'm sure there was plenty, but I'm
Mhm.
curious what the latest technology was in the mid 20s.
Yeah, I don't know. It just said the newest technology in stage is what the website said that I saw this. They
Okay,
could do live theater, like vaudeville, and music presentations and film. Did
okay.
they? I guess when was film first?
No, Sarah, you're yeah, it was there. We were there at that point.
But black and white.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't.
Okay. When was the first color?
Okay,
When was the first film?
the first film, I don't know.
Like during World War One?
Oh
Yeah, because
gosh,
they did videos, right, and stuff then.
Sarah, we're doing great podcasting right now. When was the first film? Listeners, I apologize for our ignorance. A film as we understand it wasn't created at a single moment, but evolving
Mm.
from early motion photography experiments in the 19th century. With the first surviving film dating to 1888.
Okay, so yeah, like 40 years before this ish. Okay, so they got the best film technology in this theater, but they could also do live shows,
I'd
obviously.
fucking hope so.
Yeah. And they also bought a $25,000 Barton Grand pipe organ,
Hmm. Okay.
which that was like, that's crazy, but
Well, I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
people understand. I remember I was having some nostalgia the other day. Man, this episode's full of fucking tangents. Anyway,
Yeah.
uh, I was watching an old episode of Dirty Jobs where he did like a
Mhm.
pipe organ cleaner, and I didn't realize how big those motherfuckers are.
Yeah, they have a
Like
lot of pipes, I guess, for this
it's
place.
well, yeah,
They're pretty big. They're pretty tall.
it was like an eighth of the fucking total church or something like that. Like that's
Yeah.
what it accounted for. Like I was like, holy shit. So,
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So I'm sure this one was, yeah, they said it was a focal point of the theater at that point.
hmm
And they also had the most advanced heating and cooling system of its time back then, whatever that was as well.
everyone
But
gets
yeah,
their own individual fire or block of ice.
right. Yeah. All right. Well, it comes through the bottom. They did talk about this. I'll talk about this later, I guess. Remind me later. I'll bring this up later.
No, it's fine.
Great. Okay, so on December 25th, 1927 is when it was open to the public, so Christmas Day, which seems a little weird to be open on Christmas Day,
Yeah, you
but
think
whatever.
families would be doing other things, but
Yeah, back then everyone complains about, oh, why are people going to the movies now for Christmas? But they did back then
well,
too. So they had four sold out shows, which included the film The Valley of the Giants. So that's what they opened with.
okay.
Yeah. And then in 1952, it was renovated with new seats, a new sound system, and some decor changes. I couldn't find out how much that cost. But then in 1982, it stopped showing movies because of economic decline and the rise of like major movie cineplexes.
Mm,
So it just became less popular.
yeah, yeah.
And then 1989, it officially closed and went up for sale. So the city of Waukegan actually ended up buying it in 99.
Okay.
So now the city owns it. And they also renovated it, I guess, for $23 million.
It's good. You know,
So,
you probably could have
and
put some of that back into the community that it's in, but yeah,
yeah,
fuck it.
well, that is a community investment, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
of the
probably what
things
they argue.
probably the things you could have done to actually
Right.
improve.
Yeah,
Anyway,
to help yeah, whatever. And 120 volunteers helped with that. So
and
it
also they
ended
didn't
up
pay anybody either.
right. Yeah, they just spent all that money and didn't actually create any jobs, apparently. I don't know that for a fact, but sounds like it. So they reopened on December 3rd, 2004
Okay,
as a
so
theater. It is operational still.
okay. I was gonna say, so, you know, relatively, you know, it's not like it's been shut down forever. It's been open for quite a while now, still.
Right. Yeah, you can go in and see shows and
Really?
get a
Okay.
tour, and yeah, it's still functioning. but it's haunted now. So we're gonna get into that. Well, I was gonna talk about the changes they made, I guess,
Okay.
in 2004. They did add a lobby on Genesee Street where the sidewalk had originally been, so that street's no longer there.
Okay.
They took it away for the theater, I guess. The theater. And then the original box office was taken out and moved so they could like add more doors to the grand lobby so more people could come in and out to try and make it bigger space. And then they restored like all of the original lobby, which they call the grand lobby now. So all of that like old antique decor, whatever, they restored all that.
Okay.
And they also added a walkway that joins the second floor lounges.
Okay.
So it
Okay.
kind of goes
Yeah,
across,
yeah.
yeah. And then they tore down the apartments and suites on the three upper floors and they made it into lounges for the theater to use. So no one like lives there anymore.
Okay. I didn't realize people were actually living there.
Yeah, they have like the kitchenette apartments when it first was built.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I
I
don't
got
know
you.
how long people lived there, but I assume like until it actually closed in 90,
Yeah, I
oh,
was gonna say
89.
89, the late 90s or
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, I think people are still living there. So they kicked all those people out.
And then they had volunteers help get everything up to speed again.
Right. Yeah, so in the auditorium, the balcony was also extended to add more seats and stuff. And then they increased seating from 1,799 to 2,416.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then I guess they collected antique chandeliers and light fixtures from when it first opened, like the time period when it first opened, and then they placed it throughout the theater
That
too
seems dumb.
to try and be like the
Look at
time
all our
period. I don't know.
look at all our old shit that we spent too much money on.
Right. Yeah, I guess they collected it from all over the country and then just staged them in places. I don't know. But yeah, and then of course they added like all of the 21st century like sound systems and
Yeah,
everything.
all the modern accoutrements of, technology.
Right. But yeah, it's still a functioning theater. So we're gonna get into hauntings now.
Okay.
So they don't, I mean, they never really say like people lived there and stuff and worked there. So I guess people have died over the years there, but there's never an actual like documented like yeah this person died at the theater
So
for
that
why
was
there's hauntings.
yeah, that was going to be my first question is like it doesn't sound like it would be a place that would be haunted. It just seems like an old
Yeah,
theater, you know what I mean?
it's the limestone.
But yeah, I get that, Sarah. That's what you believe, but from what? There has to
It
be.
was anyone who dies it sucks in the energy. It's a
So
nexus of
listeners, if you're gonna die and you know you're gonna die, get the fuck away from limestone because it's just gonna pull you in and you're never gonna be able to get
yeah,
out.
and then
So
you just become residual energy and
yeah,
just live like you're living in
you
real life
know,
still.
yeah, that's. Do you want to continue living as dead as you? Wait, how would that be? Never mind. I'm gonna stop
You
talking.
would just relive the same day over and over, I guess,
Yeah,
as
fuck that.
energy.
I'm not dying near limestone then.
Yeah, yeah, but be sure to check the ground before you die.
Yeah, do it. Geological survey before you die in a certain place. Make sure there's no limestone within. What do we think, Sarah? 100 yards?
Probably, yeah. And make sure it's not a and make sure it's not a traumatic death, because
Yeah,
then you're
yeah,
more likely to linger.
yeah. Just die
Yeah.
peacefully.
Right. Even if something bad happens, just make peace with it. So August 7th, 2008, apparently they had a professional psychic performing there, I guess, with a show. Lisa Williams, if anyone knows who that is, I don't know.
Okay, so I have a problem right off the bat. We have a professional psychic performing. Okay, so that
Yeah.
tells me everything I need to know about her.
Yeah, but she doesn't make any claims. So while she was doing the performance, well, it says performed. I guess I added the word performed.
Well, I'm sure she was performing.
Yeah, doing the show, whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. The
the
dog and
Long
pony show.
Island Medium.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
that
she goes
lion
and
crazy lady. That's fine.
right. Okay, anyway. So an usher during the show said that the chandelier would like pivot one way and then it would completely change directions and pivot the other way. So that's some energy. Maybe she was putting it off though.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. That's one of the stories.
that doesn't sound very scary, Sarah.
Well, just wait.
I will.
Well, I guess there was a report of at least one suicide
Okay.
there. So a man hung himself from the water tower on top of the building, I
Damn.
guess. Yeah. So on the stage area, there have been reports of a man dressed in like coattails, like dressed fancy,
Okay.
and a top hat, and they say that's who killed himself. I don't know if he was wearing that when he, but sometimes they see a figure of just a man standing on the stage on its own too. So they say that's that guy. I don't know.
Okay. Well, if you die at the Genesee Theatre, it's automatic you have to be in your best dress when you die.
Yeah,
So there's
right.
no option. You're going to relive the same day over and over again. Very uncomfortable in an overstarched penguin suit.
Yeah. So there is a basement there, and people do say they never feel alone down there in the basement. So it's always like someone's with them and watching them. Like that's what everyone says when they're down there, I guess. They just feel eyes on them.
Hmm.
And they do feel like cool breezes, and there are a lot of footstep sounds and dog sounds. So,
Footstep and dogs.
yeah. So we do have some EVPs of maybe a dog later that we will share.
Oh, I was going to say we can get into that whenever. Just let me know.
Well, yeah, should we do it while I talk about some of them? I don't know if we should do them all together.
Well, you did the we just talked about the dog, so
Yeah, we can
let's
do the
do the
dog.
dog real quick to see. Now, listeners, this is the first time I've really listened to to this, so we'll see if we can actually hear a dog
It's pretty
sound.
faint, so you gotta really listen.
Turn it up in your car, listeners.
Were you hiding from somebody? What was that?
Okay, I didn't hear it yet. You have to turn it up louder.
Sarah, that's as loud as it goes.
That's as loud as it goes. Okay.
Well, from what I'm hearing there, it sounded like a water dripping is what they were reacting to.
I think they are in the basement.
You know what I mean?
It kind of sounds like well, it kind of more sounds like a yelp or something when I was
Maybe.
listening to like a,
Yeah, I don't know. EVPs are hard, man, especially when they're like
yeah,
those really low grade ones. Don't get me wrong. I've heard some EVPs where it's like, holy fuck, if this is actually what was recorded, like, damn.
right.
Now that one is
Yeah.
not one of them.
Now, there were some, so I'll share the link to, because there was like an investigation crew that went in that is where all these EVPs came from. You know, they had other ones, but I tried to pick the one that sounded the most like anything that I
Right.
listened to. People could go listen there if they want to hear more. They got a lot of dog, they said, like maybe dog sounds or something, but I don't
Allegedly
think so.
dog
Well,
sounds.
yes, right. Yeah, dogs in quotes. I kind of quoted, but not for the listeners.
Or
Quote unquote.
if it's the Genesee Theater, is it dogs in coats because they have to be fancy.
Hmm, right. Oh my God, they like little bow tie.
So I'm not sure about that one, Sarah. I mean, it could be.
Okay,
I'm not really
that's
hearing it.
fine. Yeah. Well, the other, that's just the first one. There's other ones. Just wait. Okay, so they also say a ghost dog is in the grand lobby, and many people have
Hmm.
heard a dog barking there as well. So I don't know if that's supposed to be the same dog. Maybe multiple dogs died in the theater again. Theater.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, I know, especially in the early 19th century, like the shows with animals and whatnot, like there wasn't like a lot of or any laws in place for, animal cruelty or anything like that. So I mean, pretty good possibility if there were
Right.
any shows with animals or something like that, that animals died on the property for sure.
Yeah, and people live there
Yeah,
if
yeah.
their pets pass away or whatever. Yeah, and another employee said again in the basement, he like heard claws clicking on the concrete and growling. And he was alone, is what he said. So,
Well, if you believe in demonic stuff, that would be my
mm,
cue to get the fuck out of there.
right. Yeah, growling, and that would be no thank you. I guess the rear of the theater, they call it a prankster ghost. Genie?
Okay.
Gianni? It's Jeannie. So is that Genie or Gianni?
I think it's Jeannie.
Okay, Genie. This ghost is known to untie shoes, giggle, whisper, and even produce short gusts of wind.
I'm punching that thing in his fucking forehead if it unties my shoes. I'm telling you right now.
And then giggles,
Yeah, quit fucking around with me, man. If you're gonna scare me,
and
scare me.
then and then whispers too, just
Yeah, that's just gonna
that'd
be
be
annoying as shit.
yeah. So in the ladies' room, this is like a lot of people say they see something in the ladies' restroom on the first floor. They call her the lady in white, but then it also said she's often heard but not seen. So why is she the lady in white?
Well, when she's talking to you, she's describing what she's wearing, and it's usually like a flowy, white gown. So that's where
Right.
you
Or
get
I
that
think
from.
people might see it from like the corner of their eye or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But often people catch voices in that restroom, like in just that one for some reason.
Hmm.
And paranormal investigators also say like their motion detectors will go off like 5 minutes after starting, like there, like just in that location.
Really?
And off, yeah. And electronic equipment like will die within the hour if it's in that room.
Well, since
And
that is a little interesting because I mean it's either something explainable like a weird, I don't know, something or other in the room that is like a natural process, or it, you know, would give some credence to that it might actually be haunted if it's only happening there. You know what I mean?
right. Yeah, and some people say they see a red orb of light in that restroom as well. So, we can listen to that one then. Gasp in the ladies' room.
Gasp in the ladies' room.
Yeah,
Not
listen for it.
a that's something you never want to hear, ladies. So, where are we at? Where are we at? Where are we at? The gasp. Let's do it.
Male can go. And here we're in the women's bathroom that's haunted. There's a stall closed. Let's see, is there anything in here?
I guess that's pretty clear. I mean,
I
apparently that gasp was no one in the room,
I did
apparently.
I did hear that.
Yeah,
Now that was definitely a gasp for sure.
right. It sounds like so clear that it's like, how is it not someone in the room though? But
Yeah, and the thing with these, like, I'm not trying to discredit anybody that did these investigations. I'm just saying it's hard for us to know in that situation. Like, if no shit somebody was just by themselves in the room, then they heard that for sure. That's
right.
pretty good EVP, but there's no way for
Yeah.
us to really know.
Yeah. People say at the balcony level, they can hear crowds, like as if the theater is full when they're
Hmm.
like alone or like the workers there or whatever. Like obviously when there's not a thing going on.
Yeah, like the crowd ambient noise or whatever they have. Yeah.
Yeah. And they say they can see orbs like from the balcony, like on the stage, I guess, and only really from the balcony.
Interesting.
Yeah. I guess back to is this well, this is a different restroom, I guess. This is a story from one of the ushers. So they were decorating the fourth floor lounge during like Christmas time. And they went to the bathroom on the fourth floor. And like she was alone in there and she heard a door being pushed open like so loud that it hit the wall. Like just it was like and then she said
Well,
she felt a presence on the other side of her stall door. So someone was there,
well,
apparently.
if there is ever a good situation where you have to literally shit yourself, I guess you are in the best spot for that. Because I'm telling you
Yeah,
right now, if I was sitting on a toilet and I heard a door slam and then felt like somebody was standing outside the stall,
right. Yeah, and she said right after she felt someone was standing outside the stall, she said a cold chill like hit her in the chest, like where she lost her breath. And she said it was like a bucket of ice had hit her and
holy
then it like
shit.
disappeared. Yeah.
Well, wiping, pulling up my pants, and getting the fuck out of that place. That is what I would have been
Right.
doing.
Yeah, I guess there's a story that a young lady had passed away in that fourth floor apartment, like what would have been in that area
Like
for
before
that
they did the
story.
remodels and yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I guess especially like female staff in that bathroom too on the fourth floor, they say they feel like just energy and stuff.
Well, you got to think if that is truly what is happening, like if let's say if you die in a traumatic way and you get like your energy gets confined to a certain spot and you have to relive a day over and over and over again, you just become that residual energy. I think it would be really confusing if you used to live in an apartment and now it's a fucking bathroom.
Right. Yeah, that would be
So,
weird. And like a lounge and stuff. And
yeah.
people are in there all the time. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Northern Alliance of Paranormal Investigators, they did an investigation of the theater. And I guess back to the first floor, like ladies' room, the restroom that they say is haunted, they said they could not stay in that room for more than 3 minutes because they just felt the energy, I guess. And then they would not use that restroom the rest of their investigation. Like they would go to the second floor to use the bathroom instead.
Well, shit, if that's
So,
true, that's pretty wild.
yeah. So I don't know why, or like I don't know if they caught anything from
Right.
there. I couldn't find like their actual stuff. Yeah. But so I've been in the theater,
Have you?
and me and my friend Elise, I think it was 2018. We did a paranormal investigation tour in that
Okay.
theater. Yeah.
Okay.
So like you could tour it from like 11 p.m. till 2 a.m. with the
Mm.
paranormal people, and they broke you into groups and gave you like the actual instruments to try and find evidence.
Okay.
So it was, I mean, it was pretty fun, but and they told you all the stories and stuff. So we did go in the ladies' room, that haunted one. I didn't feel anything because I just don't, though. I'm just not
Or,
a.
or
Hey, you've felt stuff and seen stuff, okay? You know that I just
I
don't.
have.
You
I
got
know.
that ability with all the skepticism, which
Yeah,
is
I
good.
know. Well,
It's
it's
good
good.
that you're
Yeah.
skeptical and you still have some experiences sometimes.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
But yeah, well, I'm like the only one in our family that really hasn't experienced anything. But
Well, yet, so who knows? Maybe it'll,
yeah,
you
I'm
know,
looking forward to
maybe
it.
the big ones are coming, Sarah.
Yeah, maybe like our aunt. But we also got to go on stage. Yeah,
Well, that's cool.
yeah,
Was
like in
it
the dark.
actually like, okay, that's what I was about to say. So that must have been kind of just creepy within itself. Because, I mean,
Yeah,
large stages like that anyway, when you're up there and it's empty and it's quiet, are kind of like foreboding just for that, you know?
right. Yeah, and after hours, it's still like kind
Yeah.
of creepy anyway. Yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, we didn't really
Real
find
question
anything.
is, how much did you have to pay for that? If you don't mind me asking.
I honestly can't remember, but I want to say it was like probably $30 or
Oh,
25 or
okay,
something.
that's not
Like
bad then. Okay.
reasonable.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
right, 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 right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it was like hundreds of dollars or
Okay.
something.
I wasn't thinking it was gonna be that much, but I was thinking closer to $100, so I was just curious.
Yeah, I want to say it was like 30.
Okay, well that's
And
fun.
I was trying to find that group. It was Supernatural Investigation Crew. So SIT. That's what's there.
We got some good acronyms. That's half the battle right
Yeah.
there.
But like I couldn't find them now, so I don't know if they're doing tours still. But it was very interesting. And I don't think we went in the basement though. But we were like in the multi-story lounges and stuff, and they did that thing where, someone's listening to the Oculus, I guess, the words just going by, and then someone else, like they can't hear anything, but someone else is asking questions just to see. But I think the person, because they just took a volunteer from our group, and I think they were self-conscious or so, like they didn't want to say much of what they didn't want to like think like, oh, I just kind of heard this word, so I'll just say this word, even if it's not really what I heard. Like they weren't saying much at all.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's like they weren't hearing any words or they were just like, I don't think that's really the word I heard. Like,
Yeah, like
second
getting in their
guessing or
head about
something.
it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was interesting. But yeah, the Ghost Research Society is where the EVPs are from. So we could listen to the rest of them if you want.
Okay.
There's 4 other ones.
Let's see. I've got, what is this one? Congress Con?
Yeah, so apparently they will listen to it,
Okay. Yeah,
but
let
think
me,
of that word, I guess. Those
okay.
2 words. I don't know what it means, but
I don't either. Let's hear it.
I'm like, okay. And then when I was at the
Yeah.
jail, it
yeah,
says
like right there.
Yeah, I did hear that one for sure. Let's hear it again.
Yeah, yeah.
something on here. And I'm like, okay. And then when I was at the jail,
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear that. So Congress Con, whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't really get what it means. I mean, you could definitely hear the like
Yeah, it was like Congress Con.
right, yeah. Yeah, I don't know what that means.
But here's the problem I have with EVPs, right? When you hear, like, I've done this experiment before because I used to watch a shit ton of Ghost Adventures. It's still one of my guilty pleasures. I love watching it. I know it's mostly fake and I know it's mostly for TV. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine. Okay, so people judge me all you want. I think it's hilarious when Zach Bagans is like, "Come on, bro, fight me, Ghost," or whatever the fuck.
Right,
It's
yeah.
hilarious.
Squinch
Okay,
me.
yeah, it's more of a comedy show for me than it is anything else. But I've done the experiment because, they'll always catch an EVP and they'll be like, it sounds like blah, 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 blah. And then you hear it, it's like, well,
Mm.
you've already been given that prompt. So
Right,
your
yeah.
brain's automatically like, okay, I'm listening for get the fuck out. Like, that's what I got to
Right.
hear. And then you hear like, and you're like, oh shit, it said get the fuck out. Like,
Right, yeah.
you know what I mean? Now, I've done
That's
that
true.
before where I've listened to these EVPs and I've like intentionally like shut my eyes because it'll give like subtitles for it. And I cannot make out what it says.
Hmm.
I literally can't make it out. But then the second I open my eyes and I look at the subtitles, I'll be like, oh, okay. But once again, I've been prompted. This is
Right,
what it
yeah.
is. But
What's
they're
like
all
Yanny and Laurel?
right,
You,
right. So now I will say there are some, and not very many, but there are definitely some EVPs that are absolutely like 100%. This is what is being said. It's not scratchy. It's not staticky. It's not anything like that. That one in particular was pretty clear to me. But once again, we were still kind of prompted. You know what I mean?
yeah, I fed you the prompt, I guess.
Right.
Right.
Next, we have the door sound. So let's see what the door sound. Once again, listeners, we are prompting the shit out of you right now. So
Yeah. I don't think I could
kind
hear it.
kind of. I heard it a little bit at the end. Well, I'll go.
Yeah,
I
it's
won't
towards
play the
the
whole
end.
thing. Yeah, it's like a
That's very hard to hear.
creaking thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's an old building. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I don't know if I would chalk that one up to it. So
that's fair. Yeah. Okay, don't read
here's
the prompt for the other.
here's a good one. Let's see if we can let's see if everybody can catch this one.
Right.
I'll share it and I'll let people guess.
like right in here, you can almost see underneath.
Oh, yeah, I can see the light
And
there.
then like right here is where the carpet was.
Did you hear it
Yeah,
or no?
but
Oh, okay.
I can see what it's supposed to say though.
I know.
Like right in here, you can almost see underneath.
Oh, yeah, I can see the light
And
there.
then like right here is where
It's right
Yeah,
after he says right here.
like right in here, you can almost see underneath.
Oh, yeah, I can see the light there.
You can see underneath and then it comes through.
Like right in here, you can almost see underneath.
Oh, yeah, I can see the light
And
there.
then like right here is where
That being said, there's obviously multiple people in the room.
well, yeah. So I'm like,
That one, listeners, if you don't know, it said get out of here. So I'm sure you don't know because that one is kind of shit.
Yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah. Okay, well, the
So,
last one is, I thought, pretty convincing, but
well,
I only
okay,
listened to it like once.
we
This is
are
the
not
last
going to
one.
prompt anybody with this. So,
Yeah.
Well, what's left that we haven't been to that's pretty active?
okay,
Well, what's left that we haven't been to that's pretty active?
I don't know what's in North Carolina, but
I don't know.
I
It
definitely
does
heard it.
cut. Right. Well, and it seems like a response to what he asks, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, where have we not been that's more active than here? Go there.
Well,
Everywhere. All of North
just yeah, I
Carolina.
was gonna say just the whole state.
Right,
Everywhere.
yeah. I don't know. Did they have a lot of limes?
God damn it, Sarah. Probably.
Maybe it's just so much more active.
I don't know.
Yes, they do have
They
limestone.
Well, there you go, Sarah. Everybody in North Carolina just never leaves North Carolina. They're just stuck forever.
Maybe.
Reliving the same
Well,
day.
yeah. Well, those are all I mean, there were more, but yeah, those seemed more plausible, I guess, or more
Yeah,
clear.
and listeners, if you want to check them out, the website that Sarah got these from, there's like she said, there's like 30 of them, I think.
Yeah.
We'll probably should throw that in the show notes somewhere, and
Hmm.
you guys can check them out. But like I said earlier, man, the EVP thing is I'm kind of conflicted on because 90% of the time when I hear it, it's like, dude, this is a bunch of bullshit. This is just a bunch of fucking
Yeah.
static. This isn't a whole lot of anything, you know?
Yeah. Especially like the Oculus and stuff.
Yeah.
Like they had a lot of those too, but it's like, it's just a machine saying words. Like, I don't
Right.
know.
Now, I will say there is one piece that is kind of weird. I can't remember what it's called in the ghost hunting world, but pretty much it just sweeps radio frequencies really, really quick, and not to it sweeps it so quick where you wouldn't get a single word from like one frequency, right? So even if you hit like your local DJ, like, hey, on the 405 today, we have all this traffic, and y'all are, you wouldn't get even a word of that. And
Right.
somehow you're getting full words or full sentences even sometimes coming through those.
Yeah.
So I think those are kind of interesting. And I don't know how much credence I really give those because I've never actually seen or used one. For all I know, they could be feeding it with something else to, give it words or whatever.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, those are all from just the one time they investigated too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, like I said, it is an active theater still, so you can see like speakers, you could see shows, you could go in and experience the ghost yourself, I guess, if you want to go in the ladies' room, maybe, or something. Not you,
Well,
but
yeah, I was going to say
listeners.
half of our audience can go to
Yeah,
investigate the
hopefully
ladies' room.
half.
Well,
They
maybe.
were like 50-50. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
how
know,
we
man.
go.
I don't know how we stack
It,
up.
yeah. They also do their own, they call it Ghost Walk, like WAUK for Waukegan, I guess.
I see.
Because,
Little
yeah,
pun there.
I just made that connection actually. And it's for Waukegan. But they'll do their own tours, I guess, in October, where you could hear like stories and history, but it's like not overnight like what I did. But
I wonder what it would take besides being like a TV show if like a normal person could be like, I want to investigate this overnight by myself.
yeah, I don't know.
And I need
Should we
access
ask
to
them?
everything. We should. I'd be down.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I'd go again. Maybe you'd actually catch like feel something or something.
Oh, next
Someone
thing
that
you
I know
know,
actually experiences things though, like because I went with a group of random people and my friend. Like I don't know what their
right.
ability is, I guess, of feeling things.
Well,
It
I
could
don't
be
know what
cool.
my ability is. I know that I've seen some shit and felt some shit, but I don't know. See, that's the other thing too. Like I would almost want to go because I am pretty skeptical about a lot of things, you know?
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. But yeah, that's what I have on the Genesee Theatre. Should I do my other one? It's been what, like 40 minute, 45?
Yeah, we can do the other one. Yeah, let's get it. We got
Okay.
listeners. See, you got the bonus. Okay, you guys stayed till the end, and now we got another one for you. This one's not too long, but we got another one for you.
Yeah, this one's short and it's still kind of spooky, so I wanted to include it. It's the Devil's Gate in Libertyville. So
Now
these
I
are Lake
have,
County hauntings.
now I have heard of this one.
Really. I hadn't really heard of it till I moved up here.
I think it was on an episode, like a very short segment of Ghost Adventures. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people investigate this. So this is along North River Road, and everyone says it's haunted, apparently. It's part of like the bike trail, like across Illinois or whatever it is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it was once the Catherine Cray Budd Memorial Home for Children, established in 1925, which
So we have some consistent years across the board.
that's true. Yeah. No limestone here, though, I don't think.
Oh,
It's just haunted anyway. So this served orphans from St. Mary's Orphanage in Chicago, I guess. Like it helped with them. And it was 200 acres of land. And it
wow.
housed yeah, it was big. It housed 165 children, and they had like swimming pool, like a chapel, a playground, like stuff like that. So then that ended up closing in 1936, and it later became a summer camp for the Catholic Youth Organization.
Equally scary.
Yeah. Yeah, so it was a summer camp for a while. And then the property ended up being purchased by the Lake County Forest Preserve in 1982.
See, still, there's a lot of
That
like
was
really,
like,
really consistent
yeah,
years. Like we're not like spot on, but it's
yeah,
pretty
it's a little
close.
creepy.
That's interesting.
So when they bought the land, they razed most of the structures, like tore them down and stuff. And the only thing that still remains today is the stone gate that is still there.
It's not
That
made
like
out of
led into
limestone
the
too, right?
property. I don't think so. Should I look? I'm gonna look that up.
I mean, Sarah,
I'm
if it's
looking it up.
limestone, we got another
I know, is the Devil's Gate in limestone?
great
I
podcasting,
don't
by the
think
way.
so. Well, I guess the Devil's Gate limestone is something different. Devil's Gate, Libertyville.
Well, hey, listeners, if you know any geologists, okay, we need him or her to get up to Libertyville as soon as possible to let us know whether this bitch is limestone or not. Because if it is, it's just fucking tying everything together.
So the Wikipedia, oh no, that's still in Nevada. I don't know. The AI says yes, but you know how AI is.
Always right.
It
Duh.
says, yes, the rock formation at Devil's Gate in Libertyville, Illinois is composed of limestone. And it has a picture of the gate. But I don't know if it's getting confused because there is a Devil's Gate limestone. Like, that's literally the name of it, of a formation in Nevada.
Okay. Yeah, it probably is.
So, yeah, I don't know. But let's just say it is made of. It is limestone.
We can just make stuff up here. That's fine. We're not
We don't.
experts. That's how we can defend ourselves. Well, I'm no expert, but it's definitely limestone.
Okay, I'll share a picture and then any watchers let us know.
Any
What it
geologists that
looks like.
happen to be watching this, let us know if it's limestone or
Yes.
not.
Yeah, look at that.
Looks like
I don't
limestone
know.
to me. Now that does look kind of terrifying, though.
Yeah, and it just goes to nowhere now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. That's like kind of
Or
crazy.
or does it go to somewhere
Right.
otherworldly?
Hell. Yeah. So there is an urban legend. It's more of an urban legend for this.
Okay.
So it says that it takes place between the 1940s and the 1950s. So either the property was a boys' summer camp or a finishing school for girls.
Okay. Got two extremes between 10 years. Got it.
Yeah, one of those things. Okay, so here's the legend. Here's what I decided to tell everyone as a spooky story. Back in the 90s, that land wasn't empty. It was a summer camp for orphans. kids sent from Chicago to spend the season in the countryside. The camp had cabins, trails, even a little chapel. To most people, it seemed like a good place, but if you ask the old-timers in town, they'll tell you it was cursed from the start.
Bum.
Yeah, let's get a little spooky music. So the man in charge, the principal, or maybe a counselor, wasn't right in the head. People noticed he'd spend long nights pacing the woods, muttering to himself near the stone gate at the edge of camp. They thought it was stress or maybe just loneliness. But then one summer, something snapped. One night, he led 4 children into the woods and they never came back. Search parties combed the trails, but what they found was worse than anyone could have imagined. The kids were decapitated, and their heads were mounted on the iron posts of the old gate.
Holy
Their eyes were
fuck.
Their eyes were wide open, staring out at the forest as if watching for whoever was coming through, or whatever. The camp shut down immediately. The buildings rotted away. They tore most of it down in the 80s, but the gate remains. And then they say if you stand beneath the arch at midnight, you'll hear children laughing in the distance. And sometimes it's playful, and sometimes they're screaming. And
Well,
people say you can see heads on the gate sometimes still, and blood dripping down.
well, that's terrifying. If that is actually
That's the legend.
the legend is true, which
Right.
usually those like to be a little over embellished, but
Well, yeah. And they do say if you go to the arch on a full moon or at midnight, then
you'll see
you
how,
might be lured in and your head will be added to the collection.
well,
Or
Sarah,
yeah.
do you want to, I'm going to make a road trip up there and we'll just go there at midnight. We'll wait till the full moon. I'll make sure the timing's right. And
Okay.
we'll either have another podcast or we won't. Or
Yeah.
we'll have the best last podcast ever.
It'll be like found footage. We'll have to have
That's what
someone.
I'm
We'll
saying.
send it. Yeah. Yeah, we should do that and the theater.
Yeah.
The theater.
Well, I mean, the Devil's Gate would be an easy one to do because, I mean, it's just public bike
Yeah.
trail, right?
Yeah, you could just walk through and, right. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to do that one for
Could
sure.
be good.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean, apparently people do say they see ghostly apparitions. They say a headless nun, which is interesting because that's not part of the story. They see small children or figures in 1930s era clothing. And yeah, they also say they do see phantom heads on the gateposts
Dude,
or blood dripping.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if we go up there and I see fucking heads on these fucking sticks, I'm gonna probably freak the fuck out a
Right.
little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Well, yeah. I mean, it is all anecdotal. Like, there's nothing in the historical
sure.
records
Yeah,
that
yeah,
even
yeah.
talk about like a killing like that.
Well, I wonder though, like, I do believe that, you know, what we say and do can like manifest itself, right? And I'm not
Right.
saying like the woo, like ask the universe and you shall receive shit or whatever. But I mean like if enough like thoughts get put into place into something, like shit can actually I mean like what's a good
Like
like
Slender Man.
Slender Man. I was about to say, you know, you have enough of that where, you know, people do the creepypasta stuff and next thing you know it actually inspires actual evil. Like
Right.
so and I'm not saying it was Slender Man or whatever because I don't think that's a true thing, but I mean it did actually inspire killing. So
Right. Yeah, it did. Yeah, isn't there a word for that? Like people say
there
like if you put enough.
yeah, there is. I know what you're talking about. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and I can't remember either. But yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have actually.
Well, it's a little extra nugget at the end, you know, just a little
Yeah, a
and it's
little
up
extra bonus.
and both are up by you. So, I mean, it's all
Right.
good.
Yeah, I could go and be transported from the Devil's Gate.
Or you could have your head on the fucking top of the gate, one of the two.
That's true. Yeah.
Or you could see absolutely nothing and just be like, "Well, what the fuck?"
I probably won't see anything because
I
I
know.
don't. I'm a spiritual dampener.
So what you're saying, if we end up going, I need you to just sit in the car. And I'm going to
Well,
come
I'll
back and I'm
film,
just
like,
kidding. I'm just kidding.
yeah, I mean, maybe nothing will happen because I'm there. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Or maybe things will still happen because you are just like that much more
I'm just a
into
spiritual
whatever.
amplifier that will overpower your dampening of the spiritual experience.
Or it might be net neutral or something.
Just even each other out. Yeah, who knows? It very well could be.
I mean, probably not. You still experience things in the old house, even though I was there, so
Yeah, it's
you'll
true.
probably
And
still experience things.
we only had a pretty shit wall between us, so
Yeah, right.
yeah. I don't
Yeah, that
think
house
you're.
was not that big.
No, it's not. I still can't believe it. I was thinking about that the other day. Of like, I can't believe we lived there for so long. And
Yeah,
now
I was
saying that.
thinking that too.
But I don't know. That's a good start to our Halloween month. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Some spooky stuff.
well, listeners, like I said, we've got some. I'm not going to spoil anything. We got some good episodes planned for you though for the rest of the month. A super solid start to our spooky season of Halloween. But as always, guys, if you want to check us out on any social media, just Google The Paranoid Perspective. It will come up and you can see us everywhere. All that will be in the show notes down below. If you want to support the show, you can head over to patreon.com/The Paranoid Perspective Podcast. We've got some extra perks over there for you guys to check out. And if the Patreon's not really your jam, easiest and free way, share this podcast with a friend. It goes so much further than you could ever know. And as always,
Remember, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean they're not watching. See you next time on The Paranoid Perspective.